you with greatness. My man Tyler here. Tyler, congratulations on the cap.
I appreciate it.
And so I'm going to ask you some questions about your real estate business, where you came from before you got into the industry, what you've seen since you've been here that has gotten you to this level where you're going to be at 100% for how many? 3 more months?
3 more months, February 1st.
Awesome.
Yes,
That's awesome, man.
Absolutely.
So what industry did you come from before you came into real estate?
So I'm a recent graduate from East Carolina, graduated in 2015, and I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car for about 8 months, and you moved to their management training program, and it just wasn't for me. You know, when I woke up, I didn't want to rent cars for a living. You know, that just wasn't what I aspired to do. So I got my real estate. You know, I got my real estate license. I think I had it activated at Keller Williams January 10th of this year.
Awesome. And you were born in Raleigh, raised in Raleigh?
Yeah, born and raised in Raleigh.
Okay,
North Carolina,
right on,
absolutely.
right on.
Yeah.
And so you saw Keller Williams as an opportunity to get a business going for yourself. Is that sort of what attracted you to us?
Yeah, absolutely. What really attracts me about Keller Williams is, you know, you get to build a brand here, and you know, you get to build a brand, and you know, you don't just see your sign in the yard as, you know, Fonville Morrissey, Allen Tate. You know, you're building your brand, but you're working with a company that's backed by excellent training, and you know, backed by the best commission split as well.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Awesome. So you took your courses, you got licensed, you started in January. What was the first 30 or 60 days like getting your business up and going?
So I would tell anyone starting out, you know, because I'm still new, but I would still say I would come to training. You know, I was here every day, Monday through Friday. I treated it like a business, because working at Enterprise, you got to wake up, crack of dawn, 7 a.m. You're working till 6. So I have that mentality, to, you know, to come out every day, and it's a grind. And you know, I'm kind of like a sponge. You know, when I come in, I'm asking everyone for advice, and I'm taking all the classes and training I can get, because realistically, I didn't have any experience in real estate. You know, no family background, no ties. You know, I'm brand new to this, so I'm trying to learn as much as possible. That's what I did.
So getting engaged in the market center, you were able to come out, get involved with the classes, and as you were working through the educational components, when you came up and ran into parts and pieces that you needed support with, what was the interaction with the other brokers like at the Keller Williams Raleigh office?
Well, at Keller Williams Raleigh, what's great is, you know, everyone here, I mean, everybody will they'll tell you what they know. And they will be clear about it, and they'll take you out to lunch. You just have to ask. You know, you have to seek. And everyone that I asked, it could have been a simple CMA question, or it could have been, you know, Sunday afternoon, middle of negotiations. And I had to have someone answer the phone, and someone's always been there.
Yeah.
So, and that's what's great about Keller Williams.
So how long was it before you put your first transaction together? You started in January, started doing some activities, and then you got a deal put together.
So, well, I could answer the quick way. You know, it started January 10th. First closing was March 21st.
Okay.
So pretty much 2 months.
Okay.
And you know, it was a learning curve. You know, it was a great experience. And you know, I every transaction I do, I feel like I'm getting better, and I learn something new in every transaction. And that's what's great. You're starting to learn there's not really a pattern. You know, so you always have to be on your toes, and you're ready to go.
What was the first? What was the source of the first transaction?
It was a referral from Florida.
A referral from Florida. Like another agent referred?
It was, and the way they found me was my profile on Keller Williams' website. They wanted someone that was young and hungry and didn't mind working Saturday, Sunday, showing 10, 15 houses a day. And when I started out, I still don't mind doing that, because at the end of the day, I'm helping someone find, you know, their dream house, their biggest financial decision of their life most of the time.
Nice.
So,
yeah. And you got into the role of the spring market. What was what was the biggest number of transactions you closed in the 9 months here? How many per month? What was the largest?
Well, I actually had 3 in 1 week.
3 in a week?
Yeah, so that's now, you know, my expectations are pretty high. So, you know, I'm trying. When you do that 1 week, you want to do it every week.
Yeah.
So that's how I remember those transactions. You know, it was just 3 in 1 week. But you know, I set goals, and I try to achieve that. You know, every day.
That's awesome. I heard you talking the other day out there that you're trying to put together a deal a week. That's your mindset.
Oh yeah, absolutely, a deal a week. You know, it's when you get used to having, you know, 3 or 4 under contract, you don't want to all of a sudden have 2 under contract, because you feel like, you know, well, I can handle 4 or 5. Why not add a few more to my plate? Why not, you know, get 6 or 7 deals under contract? So, you know, whenever I achieve one goal, I'm always setting a higher goal, and that's just, you know, what I'm going to do year after year.
What has been your split between buyers and sellers in your experience this year? How many? What ratio would you look to?
I would say it's about it's about 3-to-1 buyer ratio because I've done 13 deals, 4 have been sellers, 8 have been buyers.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'm trying to get more listing base. However, it's my sphere right now is buyers, and it's just what I've been going. I'm just going with the flow. I'm going with it, but I'm definitely going to try to revamp with the listings next spring. And I'm filling my pipeline as we speak. I got one coming live next week. So,
Nice. Very good. Very good. When you look at the market in Raleigh, what do you see as the forecast for the next 12 months?
The next 12 months in Raleigh, in my opinion, I didn't even see much of a seasonal change this fall and winter. And I am in a little bit lower price point than the average of Raleigh of $250,000.
Mm-hmm.
I am below that a little bit. However, it was just as busy in the summer as it is in the fall for me. And what I'm doing now is just trying to get that pipeline ready. And I don't see it slowing down. There's 65 people plus moving to Raleigh a day. Every day. Sellers are still getting top dollar for their home, and it's going to be a great spring because a lot of sellers are going to be making money, and a lot of buyers are going to be satisfied as well.
If you were to run into a roadblock, what are some of the resources you would look at in the market center as they're ready to support you?
First and foremost, I got productivity coaches. I got Chris Hurley, Bernadette. I also have a broker in charge. I always go to George Womble, and he's always there for me. And I pretty much just have a list of people, and I've never got down more than 3 or 4 without someone helping me. So it's pretty easy to get support. You just have to ask.
What 2 activities are you doing to keep yourself in connection with the next business opportunity? What activities are you putting into your schedule?
Well, I don't sit at home by myself. First and foremost, when I wake up, I'm going to the gym, so I'm around people then. Come to the office, I lead generate on the phone. Once I'm on the phone, 2 or 3 hours or whatnot, I kind of want to get out in front of people, so either go door knock or have a networking event. I'm always around somebody from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And that's been my biggest thing because, my strong suit is face-to-face when I get to somebody. And if I can constantly be around people, then that's what I prefer. That's why I got into business.
Okay.
So I'm always trying to meet somebody new.
Where do you see your business in 3 years from now?
So I'm kind of looking at it as like a 5-year plan, but 3 years from now, I want to have a team.
Okay.
I want to grow a team, and I want to pretty much oversee it. Still do listing based. However, have 2 or 3 buyers agent, and really train them and educate them because I want to get into coaching sometime. But I know 3 years from now, I don't want to be in coaching just yet. I want to keep learning, and being the best I can be before I get into that. And I feel like 3 years, I'm just going to be hopefully running a team that's it's going to be listing based. It's going to be me and a listing assistant, and then 2 or 3 other buyer agents.
Awesome. Do you guys have any questions for Tyler? Anything you'd like to ask him about his career? He's a brand new agent, hit the cap, the dream of KW, 100% for the next 3 months. What would you like to know from Tyler?
Did you have a large SOI going in?
Do you have a large sphere of influence?
Yeah. Well, I was born and raised in Raleigh. I was gone for 4 years, excuse me, when I went to ECU. And then, so I know a lot of people in Raleigh. But, I wouldn't say that's only my business, though, because a lot of my sphere isn't mine yet. I'm 24 years old.
Out of the 13, how many of were sphere?
Honestly, it's like, it's a third.
Okay.
So that's what I'm seeing, and it's, and I love referral-based business, though. It is great. So hopefully I can be more of that soon. But, I love it all, so I love real estate.
Okay. Questions?
So you're a solo agent, not a team, right?
No, I'm not. I'm a solo agent, yeah. So I hopefully want to build a team one day. That's my goal. So, but a team, there's nothing wrong with a team, in my opinion. It's just everyone's mindset's different. Some people need that, and some people don't. And I think some people join a team right when they start real estate, and all of a sudden they're a mega agent. So there's so many different channels to success. You just got to find your niche, and I'm still trying to find my niche. So I'm still new.
Getting plugged in, getting a regular work schedule. It's really been awesome watching you really push through it. I was so impressed when I saw your tracking through the summer, knowing you were putting those pieces in place to get to this level.